Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm sharing a lovely card using the Somebunny Talk from Paperie Ink. Now I'm combining this set with the simple stripe background stamp by Hello Bluebird. I bought a few of these really neat backgrounds from Hello Bluebird. They are laying here, not being used, and it is a shame. So I decided today I'm going to change that, and I'm starting with this simple stripe background. Now for today I am stamping it using the Ballet slippers from Concord and 9th. I love these colors and this pink is my favorite color ever. Also the cardstock, I'm using it all the time. So I decided to use it again. Well, I only have the small ink cube, so I had to be patient to get this background. And I'm just using this poncho that I'm wearing to help me get even pressure all over. Now, as you can see, this panel is way bigger than an A2 size, but I just didn't have a clue yet how far I wanted these stripes to go or how much white space I wanted to have some grounding. So I just kept all the options open. So here I'm already trimming it slightly smaller than an A2 size. Actually, I trimmed it 1 centimeter smaller. This way I will have two sides on my card that I can add just a colored paper. And also I'm only going to use 2 images for my little scene on this card. Now sometimes that can seem really like not enough images. But if you do like me and you actually make your part where you're creating your scene on smaller, then it seems like it's filled. And then the excess that you have from the A2 size, if you're making a card like that, you fill up with that color and it's like it was meant to be. So that might be a tip if you're wanting to make some cards but you have the feeling that it's not filled enough. Then just try to get your space for your scene smaller. Okay, so I already tried some of these colored cardstocks that I have from Concord and 9th, and in the end I will use that gray mushroom colored cardstock on the sides of my card. But first, on to the stamping. I had these 2 adorable bunnies. I'm going to stamp it out using Gina Design Amalgam ink, and I'm doing this on Transotype perfect coloring paper. As you know by now, my favorite paper to color with my alcohol markers. And I'm stamping it out several times. Well, I just never prep my stamps, so if it's the first time that I'm using them, I usually need several times to stamp it out right. And then I stamped out sentiment. Now for the coloring, I'm going to keep it really simple, and I'm going to color these bunnies exactly the same. I'm using some warm earth markers, and these bunnies are going to be really soft. Normally when I use E15, I have E18 as being the darkest color, but for today I decided to keep E15 as my darkest color, so the card and the images on it would be lighter. And then I am working my way through E33, E53, E51, and for the noses I will use E13 and E11. And that's also exactly the same way as I will color the second one. Now onto my second layer to get the blend that I want, as well as maybe I can go a bit further with my shadows, because now I know how much of that lighter space I have. And then I will just blend it out until I'm to the lightest color in my combination. And then the second bunny I'm going to color exactly the same, but I will twist the shadows around, just having sort of the shadows there where the bricks are. So this one has the shadows on the left, the other one will have them on the right. But I'm not going to show you that because it's the same idea of coloring. I'm just going to show you everything once, because these bunnies could be brother and sisters as well, just because they are the same. Also, again, I have my colorless blender right beside me to fix any mistakes that I'm making. And then I can already continue with the cans. Now you can do some lovely colors on the cans, but I just thought about when I was younger and we just really had those cans, those gray ones or those copper ones. But for today, I'm just making a gray one. I'm using my warm grays to do that onto my second layer, and then building my way to the lightest. And then actually you saw all the coloring for today. It's as easy as that. So once that was done, I had to fussy cut these images out. As you know, no matching dies, and I don't like the way my cutting machine cuts. So fussy cutting, I have these lovely scissors. I got them from one of you. Thank you again on it. So I'm just cutting them out, taking my time, not rushing anything because I'm not an expert, and then we can continue. So when we were children, the idea was that there was a string in between the two cans, and this way your voice would be transferred through the string. And I don't actually know if it's necessary to have a string, if it even works with a string. I don't know. I don't recall it. But I'm just drawing in a string with a few hoops in it, and once I'm happy with it, I will take just a MICRON Fineliner and go over it. Now I'm taking my time again. If I hadn't had a steady hand, I wouldn't do it, but I thought I could. And then I'm also making sure that that string is running through a bit of that can so that it's really connected. And then I will remove the pencil lines that are maybe still visible. And next up, I will adhere those cuties. So now it's really important to have it aligned correctly, otherwise it would seem a bit strange, I think. So I'm just grabbing it and making sure that I can see that it is aligned correctly. Next up, I'm going to add some hearts. These are some heart sprinkles, and I love these heart sprinkles. I first thought of using the white ones, but then I thought, well, they don't stand out as much. And just because this pink on the background is this soft or light, it actually doesn't clash with the reds of the hearts. So I decided to go with the red hearts. And it was a struggle to get them on there right. Well, adding embellishment is always a struggle. Only we crafters will know it, but it is. And once I was happy with placement, I just added them using some liquid glue. And next up, I continued with my card because I want to add some glossy accents, but before I'm doing that, it's always handier if you already added your panel to the card base, because this way you cannot smear the things. Well, you can still, but you avoid it. Also using a black glaze pen on the eyes, just to make them stand out a bit more. And then we are going to grab that mushroom cardstock that we tested out previously. I'm just going to cut 2 slivers of this cardstock. I'm making sure that it's wider than what I need. It's better to have excess than to not have enough. So I'm just adding it using a bit of Pritt adhesive roller. Then I'm going to trim off the excess using my paper trimmer. You can also use scissors if you want to. And then I'm going to add this adorable panel using some foam tape. So you can add your foam tape on the back of your panel or on your card base if you know how far you need to add the foam tape, of course. I'm making sure that the back of this panel will be completely filled with foam tape, as you know me. And then I will remove the backings and add this panel on top. Now I didn't add it completely right on there, it was in the middle. I still think that, but well, it was just a bit short on the top. So I trimmed off the excess of my card base with my paper trimmer. And then we are finally there. I'm going to add the Glossy Accents that I already told you about. I'm going to add it to the cans, and I think that you could also add it on some other areas. I also think that I'm adding it to the noses, but now I'm not sure anymore. We'll see, but I think I did. I'm not sure. But I'm just filling that up really softly. It's not a large area, so it's a subtle detail. Can I keep it to the cans? No. Yes. Normally I would also do the noses. Maybe I will do it afterwards. I don't know. Okay, so this is my card. A really simple cast card, but I think with a lot of effect. I hope that you like the card as much as I do. I truly love this brand, and I love combining both brands actually with each other. If you have any questions, you can find me by just commenting down below. I hope that you have an amazing day left, and I will be back soon. Bye!